author, you have the power to create characters that are relatable, complex, and memorable. One of the most effective ways to do this is by tapping into their moral principles and using them to drive the plot and their actions. In Victor Hugo's classic Les Miserables, Jean Valjean is a former convict who is motivated by his moral principles of redemption and compassion. His character is transformed when he is taken in by a bishop who shows him kindness and forgiveness. Throughout the book, Jean Valjean's moral principles guide his actions and decisions, creating a complex and compelling character who inspires empathy and admiration in the reader. His moral principles are tested and challenged throughout the book as he faces difficult choices that challenge his beliefs. But what do we mean by moral principles? Well, simply put, these are the values and beliefs that guide our behavior and decision making. They're the things we hold dear, the principles that define who we are and what we stand for. Hi authors, my name is Jennifer Carr and I'm here to help you write more realistically through psychology. As an author, a marriage and family counselor, and a former high school AP psychology teacher, I have some insider information that can help you write better stories and more relatable characters. So how can we use these moral principles to motivate our characters? Well, let's take a look at some examples. Consider a character who is motivated by justice. Perhaps they have been wronged in the past, or they have seen the injustices that others have faced. This character's moral principle of justice could drive them to seek revenge, to right wrongs, or to stand up against corruption and oppression. Katniss Everdeen, the heroine of The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. She's a young girl who lives in a dystopian society where children are forced to participate in a brutal fight to the death known as the Hunger Games. When her younger sister is selected to participate in the games, Katniss volunteers to take her place out of a sense of justice and love for her sister. Throughout the book, Katniss's desire for justice drives her actions and decisions as she seeks to survive the games and bring about change in her society. Her moral principles are tested and challenged as she is forced to confront the brutality of the games and the corrupt nature of her society. Her desire for justice eventually leads her to become a symbol of rebellion and hope for the oppressed people of her society. What if you have a character who is motivated by honesty? This character's moral principle of honesty could lead them to speak the truth, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. It could lead them to expose lies and deceit or to refuse to participate in unethical behavior. In The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, Huck Finn is a young boy who is motivated by his sense of honesty and integrity even when it puts him in danger. After faking his own death to escape his abusive father, Huck runs away and embarks on a journey down the Mississippi River. Throughout the book, Huck's honesty and sense of morality are tested as he is forced to confront the racism and injustice of the society around him. Despite the pressures of his environment, Huck remains true to his principles, even if it means breaking the law or going against the expectations of his society. His honesty and integrity ultimately lead him to make a difficult decision to help his friend Jim, a runaway slave, escape to freedom. Huck's journey is a testament to the power of honesty and moral courage, even in the face of adversity. Another example could be a character who is motivated by loyalty. This character's moral principle of loyalty could drive them to protect their loved ones at all costs, to stand by their friends and allies, or to fight for their country or cause. Samwise Gamgee in The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien, or Sam for short, is a hobbit who is motivated by his loyalty to his friend Frodo Baggins. When Frodo is tasked with the impossible mission of destroying the One Ring, Sam insists on accompanying him even though he knows the journey will be dangerous and difficult. Throughout the book, Sam's loyalty to Frodo drives his actions and decisions, creating a character who is steadfast and unwavering in his devotion. Sam faces many challenges and dangers on their journey, but his loyalty never wavers, even when faced with the temptation of the ring's power. In the end, it's Sam's loyalty that helps to save the day and bring about the destruction of the ring. But why are moral principles such a powerful motivator for characters? Well, first, they create depth and complexity. By giving our characters moral principles, we're giving them something to believe in, something that defines them beyond their physical characteristics or superficial traits. Second, moral principles create conflict. When our characters are motivated by something as fundamental as their moral code, it could lead them into situations where their principles are tested, where they have to make difficult decisions, and where they may be forced to compromise or sacrifice. Finally, moral principles create empathy. When our readers see our characters struggling to uphold their principles, they can relate to them on a deeper level. They can understand the character's motivations, even if they don't always agree with their actions. In fact, studies have shown that reading fiction can increase empathy and social understanding, in part because of the way it allows us to experience the world through the eyes of other people, including those whose moral principles may be different from our own. I encourage you to explore the power of moral principles in your writing. Use them to create characters that are authentic, complex, and relatable. Use them to drive the plot and create conflict. And most importantly, use them to inspire empathy in your readers and connect them on a deeper level. Want some free resources that can help you become a better writer? Check out the link in my profile. Have questions about writing more relatable characters? Send me a message or leave a comment below. Want to stay in the know about writing more relatable characters and realistic stories? Hit that follow button.